Alright guys, I'm going to do a mid-use on the Spyderco Shaman, the knife that I don't like. Went ahead and carried this for 3 weeks. And yes, you guys are just now seeing this video. It is Thanksgiving Day, so happy Thanksgiving to everybody. Hope you guys had a great day today. So, we're talking about the knife center version. The wood feels totally different than the G10. I like how the wood feels much better than this does. Has a totally different tactile feedback. This G10 I really don't like at all. Just something about it. This, the wood I don't mind, which is odd for me because I usually don't like wood handle scales on a folding knife. So, before we get into this, I'm going to show a couple examples real quick of what I compare this to, things that I do like, that I like to use, like to carry, and so on. So I'll start with, obviously on the Deca and the Para 3, that was the first stuff that I did any kind of skinny mod to. And I think it's much improved this way. Gives the knife a better feel. Even though these are smaller, like I've said before, this is the type of grip that I like to use when cutting. Testing has kind of reinforced that because this is how I hold it to do all my testing, no matter what knife it is. So these to me are comfortable. So then we'll move on to what I guess in a way I compare a lot of stuff to. I really enjoy the Manix 2. And a while back I did skinny mod one. Now, am I going to skinny mod all of the ones I have? No. I do really like this. There are certain ones that I am going to do when I get the time, but I do like this. This affords me to use the grip that I like with a better feel on it. But since I do have so many of these and I really enjoy using them, that's part of what I compare them to. These two are probably the most used of all of mine, the lightweight S90 and the M4, not for any particular reason. They're just the ones that are usually out that I like carrying. So then we'll move to the PM2. Now, don't hate the PM2. I don't love the PM2. It's just a knife. You can get it in some cool steels. This is my bento box M390. I did round the edges on this, so that does help it out quite a bit. But as far as the PM2 goes, it is probably one of my least favorite Spyderco models. So this was a good comparison between these two for me. Now we'll get to the carry. Like I said, I carried this for 3 weeks, every day, work, not at work, all that. I'm not a fan of the stock clip on this. I usually don't care too much on most Spydercos what clip it is. Something about the way it is, I feel the entire clip on this particular model. So That's a problem. I still don't like, although the wood isn't as bad as the G10, I don't like how much I can feel in between the scales here. And that's kind of odd because this is one of the only knives that bothers me on. Don't like the compression lock on it. The way I like to cut with it, it's okay. Overall though, doesn't feel balanced to me. It feels clunky in my pocket, even though it's lighter than like my AD15, which I carry a lot, and I find to feel it's better in pocket carry than this is. So overall, really didn't change the way I view this knife at all. Now, maybe the G10 will change that. Maybe I need to carry the G10. The problem with that is this blade pocket feels even worse on the G10 to me than it does on the wood. Same clip problem, same everything pretty much. This just doesn't feel as good to me as the wood. So, what I am thinking of doing, and I'd like to give it a fair shot and see, because I like the skinny mod on everything else I've done it on, including the Deco, which I don't have out here, the Cold Steel Airlight that I gave away. My first choice, as long as I can get any one of a few different colors I like, I'm going to pick up some TerraTough skinny scales for this knife, put them on, and see how it is. I understand the hump isn't huge, but what I am hoping is by taking that hump away, maybe it will reduce the way this feels in my hand. I'm also going to switch the clip. I have plenty of other clips that I can put on, Lynch clips and MXG clips. So I'm going to go ahead and try one on there. Like I said, along with some TerraTough. If you guys haven't felt TerraTough, TerraTough is similar to micarta, but to me it feels even better. There's nothing wrong with micarta. I actually like it. It is comfortable to use. It has a better feedback, it's got a softer feel to it, I guess you could say. But I do enjoy micarta a lot. But even more so, TerraTough. It's on all of my Sharks, and I have these Para 3 scales for my S90, and they just feel really good. So, clip change, scale change. I'm going to carry it for another week or two and see how it is. Then, definitely got to do something about the geometry. This is something I'm going to cover in another video. It kind of comes through on the camera, but I have measured all the angles on this, and the primary grind on this particular Rex 45 blade is off to one side. Off to one side, and this is 16 degrees on this side and 19.1 degrees on this side for the secondary bevel. I don't recall what the primary grind angles are, but they're off. I've noticed that on a few of the newer Manix 2s that I've gotten. It's not on all of them. I'm not sure what's going on, but it is definitely an issue. My Smooth G10 crew wear is off even further than this one is, so that one's, I'm definitely going to have to regrind that one also. So regrind, skinny TerraTough. If I can't get TerraTough, then probably skinny micarta and a different clip, and I'll come back and see whether or not I like it. Now, In the meantime, I may also do this one. I did have Tim Gannon's for a week or so. I did carry it for a few days. His already had a regrind on it from Brian at Transparent Knives, and I believe he knocked down the inside of the scales on his because his didn't feel bad, and it being 9-10 thousandths behind the edge, it cut really well also. So I am giving it a fair chance. I'll say it again, I think this would have been better as a back lock or a ball bearing lock like on the Mannix. I think it would have been a much better knife that way. My biggest issue with it is right here and the way the scales feel inside. I did try just to hold it and cut with it, a different clip on it, and a shorter clip definitely changes the problems with the clip. The scales, I don't know. I only have these two, this one and the M4, so I have not had a chance to have skinny scales on them, but I will update and let everyone know. So far though, nothing changed whatsoever with it. If anything, I actually like it a little bit less just because of the way it carries in pocket and how it kind of feels weird and really blade heavy when you're cutting with it. Just feels kind of clumsy and used to me. So that's all I have for this. I will update this as I do the modifications to it and see how it works out. Any questions, comments, anything else, drop them down below. That's all I have. As always, I appreciate your time, and thanks for watching.